prior video, I referred to blessings. What do I mean? Blessings come in many forms. They are not all financial. They are not all bumping into someone I know. They are moments that need to occur, meetings that should be. And in some cases, these result in a financial niceness. There are places I go where the real blessing is a combination of I get to remind someone a little bit of nostalgia for someone they miss. People miss my dad. Sometimes my mom, depending on, angle, light, and whatever, I do resemble her considerably more. But just by default of beard, sound, and look, so I go places where there are folks that, for whatever reason, get their remembrance or nostalgia, just, or it could just be something so much as they get to know that that's his kid. And there's one or two of them that are like people that are on fixed incomes that still throw something near 10 or 15%, even if it's a small order. That's part of the real blessing. This is somebody who can just barely afford it anyway, still chooses to do that rather than just get what they want and stiff. Sometimes it's things like in traffic to and from, something to witness. I'll be right back. Cat airlocking and rearrangement was required. Hello, Roger. No, you may not scratch on my boots. You may not scratch on my boots. Bumped into an old friend at the store. Then when I was checking out at the store, someone who I did not recognize, did not appear to be anybody that I know, but then again, I get face blind in random situations. Somebody looked up, looked directly at me, and smiled. I want to say that's just about the first time anybody's just looked up and seen me and smiled for, I don't know how long. Work was fairly slow. The driver that was in before me was waiting on a run when I got there, took his run, and then after he got back, I still hadn't taken one, so he ended up checking out. And then I sat around for another further hour with nothing, thinking, oh boy, it's going to be one of those complete zero runs kind of days. And then all of a sudden, through 3 different ordering formats, 4 orders came through, all of which tipped. It was a blessed 45-minute excursion that netted me like $57. And I tipped the manager because she was holding that whole thing down with carryouts and some other people in the restaurant at the same time, like just keeping track of it, running it, 0 mistakes. And seeing that there was a gargantuan amount of pre-tip already put in on some stuff on through it, I was like, here, you're rocking, thank you. Prior to that, I had to go to get some repairs done on the car, and turned out that the repair that was done did in fact sharpen up the steering a bit, although now it completely and totally needs an alignment, which I'm not even sure anybody has an alignment machine around here. But the death wobble that it's been having is still happening, and sounds like further things are needed done. And as it was, I needed whatever money I was going to earn was going to have to go toward getting cat food, which is because I made extra. I was able to buy myself a little food too, further stock on the canned meat. I want to estimate I've got about 90 days worth of meals if I just go Meat every other day, meat and beans on the second day. Have beans and rice every other day on that. If I am in an utmost survival situation, I can go for a good 3 months before I run out of protein. Cats, I don't know. Uh, there's plenty of mice, but I don't see them catching them. But, anyways, it was a very blessed day. Yesterday was fun. I woke up. I had been contemplating all night, and when I woke up on concepts of spring and renewal, restoration, resurrection, all the different things. After lounging to the point of boredom, I went outside. I lifted up the lawn tractor in preparation for the ensuing belt change so I can actually mow my lawn. I actually just did not mow the lawn at all last year. I let it go to field a little bit and see what grew. Um, After getting that thing hoisted up and getting the deck belt off the pulley and putting the uh, penetrating oil onto the top of the post that goes into the pulley itself, once I get the bolt off, hopefully this will come loose fairly easily because it's going to sit for a while and have multiple layers of this stuff put on it. After getting that set up and into phase one there, I decided to go down into the woods. Came home with a migraine, just a baby migraine, just a little one, but it was there. I went to put my hair up on Saturday morning to go into work, and as soon as I pulled everything back like this, I had this weird visceral nerve spiking going on right up here. And by the end of the day, I had this vague sensation of nails being driven up through here and into my forehead. On a couple occasions, had just about seen silver, but I was able to kind of moderate it, keep it from advancing. I kept hydrated. I stayed relaxed. Didn't play anything that got my blood pressure up game wise. Really took a Zen tactic and minimized a migraine day because I did not need to be missing hours. As relates to the previous video directly to this one, I have had my schedule changed for temporary time here. Just kind of best to get some space. Looking at body language and other managers' reactions and other things, I don't think this is anything surprising to them. So I just think I nipped something when the figured out where the bud was going to be and scraped that off, kind of thing. This was a very, very early detection of some shenanigans, but yeah, I'm still working on ascertaining or deducing specifically what's going on there, and I think I have an idea. And when I'm ready, I will discuss that, or it'll have taken care of itself, and I won't need to bother. Ultimately, although there is some kind of a somebody's pathology somewhere going on, a lot of it also is somewhat typical of men or boys becoming men, young men. A certain age, I was the same way, the exact same way with someone who is now my age. Which is why I have not yet flipped out. Um, so on top of having what looks like the possibility of significantly reduced hours on the paycheck, have further automotive repairs that need dealt with. And then still somehow I got property tax needs done here. This is a serious concern. Um, so I've got a stack ahead of me. I'm not in a negative way, in a dark place really. It's just stressful. Um, you can't see it yet, except in a few places here, but I got a lot more grays and whites coming in. Life is doing it to me. And despite all the supplements, vitamins, sunshine, exercise, and everything else, this nonetheless is occurring. And I'm not like complaining about getting older or whatever. I'm just saying that it's like stress will do it. I don't appreciate gray hairs in my beard on account of that. And I don't know. I'm seeing things in motion. I'm eagerly anticipating more things being in motion, not just at my benefit, but at the detriment or re-education of others. And I don't mean that in a weird fascist way. I'm just saying, in order for everyone to continue to function and coexist peacefully, the people that are shitbags either need to change or they need to go somewhere else. And if they're going to go somewhere else, they're just going to be shitbags somewhere else. So the better thing is to work on not being a shitbag. Um, and then there's things at play in the world that seem distant, but at the same time do have direct effects on other people's ability to render their blessings unto me, per the will of God. Uh, Interesting pattern has to do with particular type of minds have to be aware of something before something takes action against it in a divine almighty sense. It's a really interesting thing. An Overton window of the Sadiqim, you could call it. What do the people that hold up the world actually do? Right? Apparently, see and recognize things, and when enough do, God's like, I understand. Or so it seems. Because otherwise, I am just a fucking Boltzmann brain.